Hey, welcome to It's Factor Football. It's time to see who has the best offense in the NFC North. Let's start with the Chicago Bears. We'll take a look at the quarterbacks, led by Caleb Williams, Tyson Bagent, and then Case Keenum. This is a solid group, B+. Moving on to the running backs, DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai, and Roshan Johnson. Last year, Swift and Monangai each proved that they are starter worthy. This group gets a B+ as well. Wide receiver position, they're young and talented, but might be a little thin. Let's start with Rome Odunze, Luther Burden III, Khalif Raymond, and rookie Xavier Thomas. Overall, this group gets a B. Let's look at the tight ends, Colson Loveland, Cole Kmet, Sam Roush, the rookie out of Stanford. I like Colson Loveland. I think he's a young superstar in the making. Cole Kmet is also good enough to be a starter. This group gets an A. Moving on to the projected starting 5 offensive linemen for the Bears. Braxton Jones, Darnell Wright, Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson, and Garrett Bradbury. I also like the depth they have. Let's take a look. And rookie Logan Jones could start some games this year if Bradbury struggles. As a unit, I would give the Bears' offensive line an A-. Overall, I'd like to see the Bears get a proven number 3 wide receiver, but this is a talented young team. Their grade on offense is a B+. We could see this grade rise if Caleb Williams and the receiving core show improvement. Next, let's take a look at the Detroit Lions. This is a very talented team, but can their offensive line hold up? We'll start at the quarterback spot with Jared Goff, Teddy Bridgewater, and Luke Altmaier. Jared Goff is a steady top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Teddy is a reliable number 2, and Altmaier is a developmental number 3. Overall, this is a very good group, A-. We'll take a look at the running backs with Jahmyr Gibbs, Isaiah Pacheco, and Sione Vacai. Previously, Sonic and Knuckles have been the league's top tandem, and with Pacheco now in the fold and another year removed from injury, I don't see him missing a beat. This backfield gets an A. Wide receiver 1, we have Amon-Ra St. Brown, followed by Jameson Williams, Isaac TeSlaa, Greg Dortch, and rookie Kendrick Law. This may be one of the best receiving corps in the NFL. This is an easy A. Tight ends, Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, and Tyler Conklin. If Laporta's healthy, he's one of the best in the NFL. Brock Wright is a very solid number 2, and Conklin is great as a number 3. Told you I love the talent on this team. The grade? A. Now, if there is a concern on offense, it's the offensive line. Penei Sewell is a superstar, and they addressed tackle in the first round of the draft. Let's take a look at their projected starting 5. Penei Sewell, Blake Miller, Christian Mahogany, Tate Ratledge, and Cade Mays. Key backups include Ben Barch and Juice Scruggs. Overall, the offensive line gets a B. There's a lot to like on this team, and again, I think it will come down to how well the offensive line plays. Overall, there's too much star power on this team, and the Lions' offense gets an A. Moving on to the Green Bay Packers. This is a talented young offense with Jordan Love entering the prime of his career. Let's take a look at the quarterback spot. We have starter Jordan Love, and then who's their number 2 quarterback? Is it Desmond Ridder or Kyle McCord? I believe Jordan Love is a borderline top 10 starter in the NFL, but I'd like to see a more reliable backup. Overall, this position group gets a B+. We have RB1 Josh Jacobs, who again is a top 10-ish running back in the NFL, but who's the number 2 running back? Is it Chris Brooks, or is this the year that Marshawn Lloyd stays healthy? Overall, this position group gets a B+. We'll take a look at the wide receivers. Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Savion Williams, and Sky Moore. It finally feels like Watson has established himself as a legitimate wide receiver 1. Jaden Reed is in a contract year, and Golden is entering year 2. This is a solid wide receiver group, B+. Tight end 1, Tucker Kraft. He's a star. Tight end 2, Luke Musgrave. And tight end 3, Josh Wiley. This is a great tight end room. Grade, A minus. Now let's take a look at the projected starting five on the offensive line for the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Morgan, Zach Tom, Aaron Banks, Anthony Belton, and Sean Ryan. I'm betting on Jordan Morgan being a solid starting left tackle, but I'm a little concerned with the overall depth of the O-line. But this group gets a B+. Overall, this is a very solid offense. I'd like to see a more experienced number 2 quarterback and maybe an improvement in the RB2 position. But the Green Bay Packers offense gets a B+. All right, and finally, we have the Minnesota Vikings. Some people may think there's a quarterback controversy, but I don't see it that way. We have QB1, Kyler Murray, followed by J.J. McCarthy and Carson Wentz. This one's a little tricky to grade, but I'm sticking with a B. I've always believed in the talent of Kyler Murray. We'll see if he can put it all together with the Vikings this year. Moving on to running backs, we have Aaron Jones Sr., Jordan Mason, and Damon Claiborne. Jones is over 30, but can still play in spurts. Mason is capable, and Claiborne looks to be a fun late-round pick. Overall grade, B. Moving on to the wide receivers, we have superstar Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and right now their wide receiver 3 is Ty Felton. This grade weighs heavily on Jefferson and Addison, so it's getting an A-, but I'd like to see the Vikings add a veteran number 3 wide receiver before the season starts. Tight end position, TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, and then tight end 3, is it Gavin Bartholomew or Ben Urasek? This is a solid group, B+. Let's take a look at the projected starting 5 on the offensive line for the Vikings. Christian Darrisaw, Brian O'Neill, Will Fries, Donovan Jackson, and Blake Brandel. Some of the key backups include Ryan Van DeMark, Michael Juergens, and Caleb Tiernan. The offensive line gets a B+. The wild card of this team will be the quarterback play, but there are some really nice pieces on offense, and I'll give KOC the benefit of the doubt. The Vikings offense gets a B+. Well, this has been It's Factor Football. Thanks for watching.